So the big ugly bill passed. If you saw the video I did yesterday, I said that there was one concern I had, because I honestly thought this bill was going to go back and forth between the House and Senate a few times because of just how terrible it is and how most Republicans don't even like the bill. They don't like the bill. But I also said that, a lot of them in the House are not coming back next session. A lot of them are not coming back session. There's a lot of Senate Republicans right now that said they've only passed it because they believe it wouldn't pass the House the way they wrote it. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Here's an example of how terrible it is. For SNAP benefits, food stamps, you know what I mean? For you to qualify for that now, you're not allowed to have internet in your house. Doesn't matter if it's subsidized, doesn't matter if you're a part of one of those programs. Can't have internet in your house. If you can afford somehow to have internet, even if it's free internet, you're not allowed to have SNAP benefits, which is absolutely mind-blowing considering most people file for SNAP benefits online. Yep. So what they're saying is if you want them, you have to drive all the way down there, fill out the forms and everything else. And if you don't drive, you're going to have to use a bus or some form of transportation. You know what I mean? You're just making it cruel for people. Extended lines, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Just doing this out of spite. Can't have internet. Makes it hard for kids to do schoolwork. Makes it hard for you to do any kind of online classes. You know what I mean? Because you can't have SNAP benefits and internet at the same time. Insane. Also, the no tax on tips or overtime is completely false. Is it in the bill? Yes. But it's a qualification process. You can't make more than $1,200 in tips or $1,200 in overtime out of the whole year. So that means a minimum wage worker, for them to work, 8 hours overtime a week, can only work 13 weeks of overtime before they no longer qualify for that $1,200 deduction on their taxes. So first responders who, traditionally work a lot of overtime, you guys are screwed. Blue collar workers are screwed. And pretty much anyone in the service industry or anywhere else that works a lot of overtime or collects a lot of tips, like their salary is based around a lot of tips, all screwed. $1,200 a year. Now, we're still under the 2017 tax plan until, the end of this year. But January 2026, all this nonsense goes into effect. Y'all have screwed over at least the next generation, maybe the next two generation of kids.